Hello everyone, welcome to this not regular scheduled meeting, a special meeting of the Vader City Council. It's Wednesday, March 18th, the time is 2:02 p.m. Roll call. Roll call.
Donna Roger, here. Jason Daly.
Here. What's this me over here?
Randy Hall. Mike Parsons.
Here.
Samantha Lovelady.
Here.
And Joe Schei.
Here. All in attendance. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Agenda approval. Do I have a motion for the agenda?
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting agenda for 3/18/2020.
We have a motion by Mr. Daly to approve the agenda as written. Do we have a second?
I second.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Mr. Hall. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have one item of city business, the declaration of emergency due to COVID-19 outbreak. Does the council have any discussion on this before I read it?
Just got it, so read away.
I'm not sure. I don't know what it is.
Hearing no discussion at this moment, I'll ask again afterwards. Whereas the novel coronavirus is a respiratory disease that can result in serious illness or death, is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is a new strain of coronavirus that has not been previously identified in humans and can easily spread from person to person. Whereas on January 31st, 2020, United States Department of Public Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar declared a public emergency for COVID-19 beginning on January 27th, 2020. And whereas on February 29th, 2020, Governor Jay Inslee signed a proclamation declaring a state of emergency exists in all counties in the state of Washington due to the number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the state, and directed that the plans and procedures of the Washington State Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan be implemented. And whereas the Washington State Department of Health has confirmed an increasing localized person-to-person spread of COVID-19 in Washington State, significantly increasing the risk of exposure and infection to Washington State's general public, creating public health risk that may spread quickly. And whereas the outbreak of COVID-19 and the potential for rapid transmission throughout Washington State, including Lewis County, presents a significant threat to life and health of Lewis County residents as well as the economy of the county. And whereas under the above referenced conditions there is a substantial likelihood of risk to the citizens of Lewis County and the cities therein unless further efforts are taken to reduce the threat. And whereas on March 16th, 2020, the Lewis County Commissioners adopted Resolution 20-100 declaring a state of emergency based on COVID-19 in Lewis County, implementing the county's comprehensive emergency management plan and enabling Lewis County government to take extraordinary measures. And whereas the city of Vader believes that the increasing number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 constitutes a civil emergency and necessitates the utilization of emergency powers granted pursuant RCW 36.40.180 and RCW 38.52.070 Section 2. And whereas in the judgment of the undersigned, extraordinary measures are required to protect the public health, safety, and welfare of Vader's residents and may go beyond the capability of local resources, and the city of Vader may require supplemental assistance to respond to this emergency. Now therefore, be it proclaimed by the mayor of the city of Vader that an emergency exists in the city of Vader. Therefore, the mayor and all other city departments are hereby authorized to take emergency actions and to provide emergency services to provide the health and safety of persons and property pursuant to Chapter 38.52 RCW. Each city department is authorized to exercise the powers vested under this proclamation to change city procedures, close city facilities, and to enter into contracts and to incur obligations necessary to combat such victims of such disaster in light of the exigencies of an extreme emergency situation without regard to time-consuming procedures and formalities prescribed by law, accepting mandatory constitutional requirements. This emergency proclamation shall endure until terminated, extended, or amended by further proclamation. Dated this 18th day of March 2020, City of Vader.
So what are we going to do for the community? I mean, what is our role in keeping the community safe from this?
Well, the City of Vader obviously has limited resources, but we should encourage social distancing. Also, the local food bank is going to close, but they will be open by appointment, so folks can call the church and schedule an appointment from 8 to 12 to pick up food if necessary.
The one in Wenlock.
I'm unaware of the.
That's our official food bank.
Yeah, I'm unaware of what the Winlock Food Bank is doing at this time. I'm sure they're probably a similar situation. You really would seem unlikely that they would close.
So many of our citizens go to that food bank.
Mm-hmm.
Would be maybe could touch base with them,
Sure.
find out what their procedures are going to be.
As far as the proclamation, I don't think. Do we need a motion for it? I don't.
Maybe a motion to ratify it.
Let's do that.
We may take note that the Lewis County Commissioners enacted the Comprehensive Emergency Management Plan. We are a part of that, and it's real specific about our roles and how we will play into that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. What is our role exactly other than just vagueness? Is there any program that we actually help the citizens of the community? I mean, in what way can we be of assistance for that other than just saying the office is closed?
I'm sure there would be things that come up.
At this time, we don't have.
I don't know. What do you want us to go door to door and hand sanitizer? I don't know. There's not much that we can do as a body except for just tell people to stay home and be safe and stay well, wash their hands. Food bank stuff, and it's kind of what everybody's doing there. We're all doing the same thing.
Well, is there any way that maybe our little government here could take the forward role in trying to get together some kind of assistance to people in town that can't go grocery shopping and maybe get people together who would be willing to do that for them if they're going to the store? Are we going to take any kind of role in this for the community other than stay home, wash your hands, and don't bother us?
There's been no discussion at this time about that. Here we are.
That's why I'm discussing.
Yep.
What are we doing?
You have an abundance of food to donate to that kind of cause? Because I
Well,
think
I don't
everybody-
know, Jason. You don't have to be so facetious
Well,
about it.
everybody-
If you don't want to help anybody, fine.
This,
I'm concerned about the people in the community. There are people here who probably aren't able to get out. I'm just asking, is our little government going to take a role in trying to help those people? I mean, do anybody want to do something like that? Are we going to step up?
I believe Ms. Hicker had something to say about that.
I think I can partially answer that, Donna, is that I received a call from the AAA, which is the Area Agency on Aging, that is very concerned about the elderly within our community, Wenlock, Toledo, and further east, and also Riderwood, because some of the individuals from Riderwood attend some of the centers within Lewis County. I'm here today to share with you that we are concerned for your citizens, especially the elderly, because they are so sensitive and more prone towards the virus. And so we are coming today to ask what the needs are of your community so that we can tap in not only state but federally to help out your citizens. What I would like to know is what is your per capita total of your seniors within the center. Also, those persons or households that are in dire need. There are several different associations in the state of Washington, especially Thurston around our area, including partnering with Cowlitz County to help out. I spoke with Riderwood earlier today, and they are self-sufficient at this point for 2 months. So that takes care of them. We're not concerned about that. Now we're trying to find out for our community. I know that I live in an outside of the city limits, and so my task is to go in the outside area plus the city to find out what the needs are of your community and how we can connect you to those supplies. So that's why I'm here. So does that answer
Yeah.
your question a little bit?
Well, it does. I just am trying to get an answer from council and mayor of what we're going to do
Uh-huh.
as leaders of the community.
Well,
to-
what Riderwood is doing is they already put a plan in action. And actually, when she was explaining some of it, it was absolutely fantastic. What they did is they appointed pro tem, which means they got some people together outside of their regular structure to revisit what a good plan would be and how to put it in action. And I would suggest to your council that you do the same. A few of you that are interested, come together, put your head together, and then try to figure out what are the needs of the people within our community. So you have the town, and you also have outside of the town. And a lot of the people that are outside of the town, such as us, which we're farmers, kind of, sort of, that we already prepared, so there's not a problem with us because we're not close to stores, we don't have this commodity, we don't have that, we can grow our own food, blah, blah, blah. But you guys have a different situation where you're now responsible for your community needs, and that is where you're going to have, or I would suggest, that you put together a small group and sit down and work through that and come up with a plan. And I brought a bunch of these, which are called the resource directory. This is for Lewis County. Give these to your seniors especially, and those people who are really in dire need. This basically is for seniors, but we will direct to those who are in a younger set and help to get them help. As far as the food bank in Winlock, which services probably more than here, and some of your people here go and use the food bank in Winlock. When I spoke with them also, they are in dire need of food because their resources have now been cut off. So all those people who are in need, that are basically homeless, have nowhere to go. So we're trying to help them out. And also the Calais Indian Reservation is also trying to reach out to families outside of their area also. So if you would like, I can give you a list with phone numbers. And when you create that, if you do, create that small group that is going to make a plan and work with it, then you can reach out to some of these resources.
Thank you. I know that the Winlock Senior Center is looking for some drivers to still deliver food directly to people that would normally come to the senior center to be fed, so there are all those organizations that are normally there are still there, but they just need a little bit more assistance to keep operating. So it's a great opportunity to volunteer for those that have that capability.
And we are working with the Lions Club to put together some kind of a delivery service for food too down there at the restaurant.
And the schools are using the buses to deliver lunches to children too. So the Winlock school bus and the Castle Rock school bus, they both stopped here, and you can just walk up and ask for a sack breakfast and lunch. They're not even asking if you're part of the school district. So you can get food.
You don't even have to be a child?
They're
Just anybody?
Up to 18.
up to 18, but they seem to have a lot of extra food.
Oh,
So
okay.
it would be a good place to start if you really needed to.
Yeah.
So all those resources are there too. Yes.
I swallowed and started to talk at the same time. Excuse me, I have a habit of that. What about the children of your community? what is being done, especially for those people who still are able to work? Do you have any programs or anything like that set up? Yeah,
The only thing that's going on, I know of, just the schools are delivering, not Toledo, but Castle Rock and Winlock are delivering lunch and breakfast.
but what about the activity? What are these children doing that are at home without a parent? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, that we don't know, and I don't know how, they're doing with that.
I do need a number of your seniors. I don't know who, I don't need to know who they are, but I know.
What would the best way? I mean, we have the folks that have applied for the discount on our utility bills. That could be a good place to start as far as folks that may be in need.
Okay.
So
Well, there's only, a couple of those? Is it just?
there's a handful.
Less than 10.
I'm sorry, you have to talk louder. I left one hearing aid at home.
So yeah, we could have a small list of folks that may appreciate those services that we can provide to you.
Okay.
On this proclamation, we should ratify this, so we should have a motion and a second and a vote.
Make a motion that we ratify the proclamation of emergency for Vader, Washington.
We have a motion by Mr. Daly to approve the ratification of this emergency proclamation. Do we have a second?
I'll second it. I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Parsons. Do we have any other discussion on this ratification at this time? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the proclamation of emergency, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you, City Council. There are lines on this proclamation for each council member to sign. So, Mr. Parsons, Ms. Lovelady, when you have time, maybe you could get them signed, or I could bring it to you. So, just a little FYI there. Any other discussion at the end of this meeting? We have before we adjourn.
So is this just it, just information?
Just it for now. Yeah. We'll hold. My intent is to hold a regular council meeting next Friday as scheduled, and we will have a way for everyone, including the public, hopefully, to be able to attend remotely.
So we're going to do this remotely? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. I believe so. I think I'll probably be here hopefully with a laptop, and then I can moderate it from here if anyone does want to come. Otherwise, everyone else can call in, including the Sheriff's Department if they want, and any other officials that need access.
So you're saying the council can come or not?
You can come. Absolutely. Come if you'd like, but you will have a call-in option.
Okay.
What number is that calling out?
Don't know yet. I'll make sure you guys all know. In fact, probably before, the day before, hopefully, maybe we'll have a practice where everyone can make sure they can connect.
Okay, and so are we still going to come in and sign vouchers and do all of that? Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out procedures for that if we wanted to have a table out here or something. So
Yeah, that would be good.
we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Meeting adjourned at 2:20 p.m.